Hello, everyone. Welcome, my little goblins. We're here with a new deck list, and this time we're going God style, Sacred Beast to be exact. We're going Raviel, Lord of Phantasms. So, what I would like to say, this is most likely to really describe it. It's like a Raviel control deck that aims to OTKO your opponent with Raviel, Lord of Phantasm, Shimmering Scrapper. So what this card does is you can discard it and you can double the attack of Raviel in the field, and that Raviel can attack every card your opponent has, which you can get the attack on this pretty high, I would say. For us to really stick to a consistency standpoint, we got Parry Remap. We got two of those. We're running three Chaos Summoning Beasts, three Dark Beckoning Beasts, two Dark Summoning Beasts, three Opening Spirit Gates, and a Foolish Burial. That's all to help with consistency. Oh, I guess 1-for-1 too. Fallen Paradise is a Pot of Greed every turn if you have Raviel on the field. This card will single-handedly let you outgrind opponents with card advantage, and then you have the tilting cards, which is 2 Skill Drain, 2 Rivalry, and 2 Gozen Match, which, some decks just completely fold under pressure when you play these cards, so should be pretty fun. We got 2 Solemn Judgments. If you have 3, you can replace something in the deck and add a third. I just don't have 3 on this account, and most of the extra deck is kind of useless. I'm not even going to recommend too many things here. Like, you don't need this, don't need that. Nope. The only cards I would actually recommend, Linkaribos, Almirage, and the Nightmare cards are pretty good. I would actually recommend, if you have more Nightmare cards, like, let me pull them up real quick. Like, maybe if you have, like, Griffin, too, like, if you have it already, I wouldn't say craft it, but if you already have it, maybe include that. Just because they are fiends, right? And guess what? It will help you if you have Rivalry of Warlords out, since all your cards are fiends, and it still plays into it. So that's the only thing I'm going to say about that. Let's get into some games, and then we can talk about the deck afterwards. Boop. Hello, we're here for game number 1, and I know you guys see me wearing this blue representing my set. You know what I mean? And we get effect tailored. But guess what? We have the Called by the Grave. Isn't it nice when things work out the way you want it to work out? I think it is. It's very important to get at least, like, your cards going off. So we end up getting Opening. Our opponent plays Droll and Lockbird. We play Triple Tactics. We look at our opponent's scumbag hand, and he's playing Branded. Well, let's get rid of Tragedy, because Tragedy is going to be the biggest problem in his hand. And then we can set this Gozen Match. And Gozen Match is actually pretty good against Despia, because most of the cards in the main deck are dark, and Lubellion is a light. So it'll prevent them from going into Lubellion. So yeah, seems pretty good to me. Then we go into Chaos Summoning, and then boom, everything just works out, huh? Now we got the Fallen Paradise, and this is where we can really outgrind our opponent. Boom, draw 2. Beautiful. And then we can go into an Almirage. This card is just going to thin out the deck by getting Raviel. Honestly, kind of an odd play on my part, but it is what it is. I was thinking, this is when I was starting the first play of the deck, I was thinking that Dark Summoning Beast could grab the Raviel Scrapper, so I could just one-shot him here, but it cannot. So we're going to draw another 2 cards, and we top deck Harpies. These are all spells. Really getting that Tragedy out of his hand was literally what won us this game. But even if we didn't win off of that, we are in a very good position with us just having massive card drawing. Hello, we're here for game number 2, and I'm playing against Stormy. Stormy? You know what? How about you get a normal name like Fatzoid.ttv? Watch me on Twitch TV. I'm fatter on camera. I don't know. I feel like it's the same. We end up getting the Fallen Paradise. We draw 2, and we at least get a called by. Now, we get butt-fucked by a Harpies, but it doesn't look like that's happening. So now that he plays Horizon, I already know how this deck works, and they look to get a huge fucking power bond off of Chimera. So we're just going to get Chimera out of the graveyard, and that's going to also halt how many cards are going in his graveyard. Mainly because we don't want him to go into the Cyber Dark card, because that card would actually be kind of tough to deal with. Because Warlords, Raviel Warlords, great card. Doesn't really do much when your entire opponents are all machines. Everything's machine. So, if you guys don't know Raviel's secondary effect, his secondary effect's really good, where it like summons these little stupid tokens. Definitely not a detriment at some games. So, our opponent's just trying to pop off. I don't know what's going through his brain, but he's looking to one-shot me. And then he's going to power bond here. And then I'm like, Raviel Warlords, because I'm sick of this trigger keep popping. And I'm really not going to get much value out of this. Especially if he's activating power bond. It's not like he's going to go into Verte, you know? So, he goes, he pops both cards. Then he normal summons. Hey, the normal summon. Get another token, baby. Ooh, Papa loves to get these tokens. And yeah. Goodbye. 8,000 damage might be a little too much for a little Stormy to handle. Just saying. Might be a little too much. And then he goes into Sega. He's like, alright, there's no way he can beat me if I can pump my cards up 2,100. And I'm just like, poor baby, dude. Let's summon Dark Beast. Then we're going to normal this. And then we're going to add Raviel back to the hand. That'll make him 8,000. And I'm going to be able to attack his entire board. And our opponent concedes before we can stomp his ass out. Kind of rough. I just wanted to initiate him into the friend gang, you know? Alright, we're here for game number 3, and I want to show you how good that secondary effect is on Raviel. I'm just gonna play the Raviel anyway, because remember, drawing 2 cards is more important, and then I get hit with a Gamma, which is extremely tilting, to be honest. But it is what it is. We have to Ash it, which doesn't really do much, but we need to get this Fallen Paradise. And then we get Absolute Dog Dick for draws. But guess what? These were going to be my next 2 draws anyway, so it's probably good to get them out of the way. So Numeron Wall, he gets that. We're playing against someone cringe. And we actually lose because Phantasm is going... It's a mandatory effect to summon the token. So, yeah. And he tries to maxi draw off of this. But, yep. He's just going to summon Numeron Wall and then, boop, get Numeron Network. And now you have enough monsters on the field where I can just kill you. Because otherwise, he was not killing me this turn. He actually, if he didn't summon a monster, so if I didn't get the token, there's no way he wins this. Because he wouldn't have enough damage to actually do this play here. But nope, we get countered by our own fucking ability, and that is tilting. You know what? Good on our opponent for seeing it, but he's a scumbag Numeron player, so... Alright, we're here for game number 4, and our hand is looking particularly smoky. And we get Ashed. Well, we have the called by. Dude, I swear to God, every single game, it's so annoying, dude. Every single game, right? I get either Ash or Effect Veiler on this card. Every fucking game. Every game. If I don't have Called by the Grave, it's not resolving. The effect is not resolving. It's actually, like, tilting. Because it prevents you from doing the main objective of what this deck is supposed to do. But here we get Fallen Paradise. We draw 2. We draw a triple tactics talent, which we get to look at our opponent hand and say, fuck you. We put that. So his hand is absolutely ass right now. He has no Adamanticators in his hand. And he has like 3 clunky ass cards. And he top decks Analyzer. Like, what in the fuck is that luck? My opponent should be absolutely dead at this point. But nope, top decks Analyzer. Well, why not? Why not? Get Analyzer. So I activate Almirage and then I chain Gozen Match. So might have been a little hasty in the Gozen Match. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Gozen Match absolutely screws Adamantipator. Because a lot of their fusion summons, or a lot of their, not fusion summons, a lot of their extra dot monsters, extra monsters from the extra monster deck. I don't even fucking know what I'm saying at this point. I'm losing my mind. A lot of these cards are like wind, like Baron de Fleur's wind. They have Raptite wind, Drag Knight water. Like he's not gonna be able to fucking play them. That's the whole point of this. Ugh. And then he bricks on the Ryzen, and yeah, he goes into the Notoria Barkian. He attacks and then just passes. He has literally nothing else he can do. I'm like, okay, bet. We activate another one. We add our one punch. This is our one punch man. So now I can bloop. And kaploop. Damn, that was nice. I love doing it to Adamantipator. Even though the deck's not as tilting as it used to be. Alright, we're here for game number 5. And we got a spicy hand. Opening Spirits, we get Raviel. Dark Beckoning Beast. Everything's going according to plan so far. By the way, if you're wondering why I ever do this, is because, oh, this is beautiful. Now I get to look at his hand and see what I want to get rid of. We get rid of Fishuda, because Fishuda he would be able to easily get rid of the skill drain. But you're going to realize nothing's going to matter anymore. Because I'm going to play Fallen Paradise. Draw 2. And now we have Gozen Match. Gozen Match screws over this deck hard. So, our opponent is lucky. First of all, I'm going to say that. Because he plays a Shuda, which is what almost everyone would have done anyway, right? So they play a Shuna, which is a light monster. If the Monk of Tenyi is not a Earth, so he wouldn't be able to do anything. But he top decks Heavenly Dragon Circle. So he just tributes that. He's able to actually get out of this. Now he can go into Monk. And here we saw him Judgment the Monk, so he can't use that Vishuda. So now he's still underneath Gozen Match. He can only summon Vishuda and pretty much do absolutely nothing, and he concedes. GG. It's called playing chess when they're playing check. Hello, this is game number 6 or 7. I don't even know at this point. I lose track very often. And we're starting off pretty strong, though. We got the Chaos. And then he plays Maxi. He's a cuck. You know what's funny, though, is when I Maxi him, I 100% guarantee that shit ain't fucking resolving. Shit never resolves when I fucking play the card. You know, anyone get that feeling that never resolves? Let me know down in the chat. That Maxi never resolves. Blue gang. Blue gang. He's gonna play Grass is Greener because, you know, my opponent just gets plus 20s while I'm getting mediocre plus 1s with or plus 2s with the Fallen Paradise. I get plus 2s, he gets plus 20s. Get outplayed. And he gets branded opening. That's not a call by the grave. So it looks like Maxi's a go. Sure do like that. Well, our Fallen Paradise is going to fall, sadly. And we cry internally and externally. Man, it's fun watching your opponent do all these plays while your play is play Raviel and pass. Isn't it? It's pretty enjoyable. Well, it's about that time. I mean, from this point on the field, right, it looks like it's impossible for me to win, right? I honestly, do I even win this? Like realistically, he has Mary Jane Dragon. Dude, there's no way I should win this. There is zero way I should win this. But you know what? All through Christ, anything is possible. And that's something we gotta ask ourselves. We go into Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare Unicorn is gonna bounce that motherfucker. He's gonna send Albion to the graveyard. But we have skill drain, so next time Mirror Jade comes out, we're not even afraid. We're just like, alright, bet. Now we bring out this. This is gonna sack itself. Summon Raviel. Boom. I wish this thing was an attack. I wish it was an attack so I can fucking slap it around. He sets Branded Fusion. This is always confusing to me. So he activates this to set his Branded Red, right? But then he activates Fusion from the hand, which is so strange. Why don't you just flip this card? Like, did he forget about this card? Like, did he forget about this card half a second later? Kind of strange. Oh, this is gonna be devastating. Skill drain. So the funny thing about skill drain is, I don't know if you guys ever looked at the monsters that that deck runs, branded, but none of them are even close to 4K attack. GG. Hello for game number 7. I was feeling a little crazy. Decided to go for a 7th game because some of these games are real quick, you know? And your boy, he likes to take his time with a lady, you know what I mean? He likes to take his time with the lady. He likes to make sure she's well taken care of. Like, super well taken care of. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Draw 2. We got Rivalry. Honestly, this guy Playmaker, I think this guy beat someone in my chat. And they were like, get revenge for me. I was like, you know what? Bet. I'm gonna get revenge for you, homie. Look at Oliver. He's gonna go search for things. That Branded Fusion's real cute with my Warlords. Goodbye. So I sack Almirage there because I would have to destroy it anyway. Because Cybers. So now our opponent can't do anything. I'm like smelling smoke. I keep smelling smoke in this house. Is it me? Am I having a stroke? Isn't it like toast? If you smell burnt toast, you fucking have a stroke? I keep looking in the camera to make sure my face isn't stroking out. But I feel like it would be kind of rare for someone my age to have a stroke. It's usually something that happens to people in like their 60s. Or older. Possible though. It's still possible. Anything's possible through God. So we're going to go into Nightmare Phoenix and we're going to show Playmaker who the real Playmaker is by sending him to the Shadow Realm. Boom, 10k. Goodbye. And now to the recap. Hello, everybody. We're here at the recap, and we got a lot of things to talk about. First things first, how did the deck even do? Well, the deck performed, and it was kind of mediocre, to be completely honest. Like, could you climb with this deck realistically? Yes. If you get very lucky having the best opening hands and your opponent does not have any hand traps to really stop you over and over again, then yes, you can definitely climb with the deck. But the deck falls apart at the first hand trap. Like, if I play Dark Beckoning Beast, right, to set up my combo to, like, you know, even have a contention in this game, and my opponent effect failures this, that essentially just wipes out my chance of even doing anything this game. Isn't that fun? Isn't that enjoyable? So yeah, it's maybe the only thing I could think of is maybe we, I don't know, maybe we cut out the triple tactics threat. Maybe we do that, and maybe we bump this up one. Maybe that will make it a little more consistent somehow, because then we would, if we had like an opening with Dark Beckoning Beast, it still doesn't change the fact that if this thing gets effect veilered or impermed, which everyone seems to be running 3 of each at this point, right? Uh, it seems like it still fucks over the entire combo and we still can't do anything. So I don't know, maybe that's probably not the play. Because the triple threat definitely has won a lot of games too. Like being able to snipe cards out of people's hands, pretty nuts. Definitely keep the floodgates. They win the game half the time anyway. Um, but yeah, it just didn't perform the way I wanted it to. Sadly, I was really, really hoping that it would perform a little bit better. But it's still a relatively cheap deck. Most of the cards are super rare. The only ultra you'd have to invest in is Scrapper. And like 1-for-1's good in a lot of decks. So is Crossout Designator, so is Foolish Burial. A lot of these are staples. Like, and these extra deck, like I said, a lot of these cards I just put it in there for fun. Like they don't do anything. Like we don't really need our extra deck. So maybe a pot. Pot of P could probably be okay, right? You can get 1 pot of P in the deck. Smooth out the draw. Yeah, Pot of P seems like a... Why did I think of Pot of P in this deck? Yeah, Pot of P. I would definitely put in a Pot of P. Because then you can snipe for a card that you actually want in the extra deck. And you have literally like 6 cards you don't even need in the extra deck anyway. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. There's your 6. I did it for you. There's your 6 you throw away. So, yeah. I still have hope for the deck. I still think it could be pretty good. And like I said, it's pretty cheap. It's a cheap deck. But it was just like... It just didn't perform as well as I hoped. Maybe if I have more test games, maybe it could perform a little better. We had like... I think we had like maybe like a 52 or 53% win rate. We had a very like small win rate. It was like pretty much 50-50. Shit, it might have been even less than 50-50. I don't know. Like we started off plat 4 4 or 5 games to get to, I forget how many games you need to get to plat 3, but however the max amount of games is, and we actually climbed to like one game plat 3 like twice or 3 times, and then we tanked all the way down into plat 5, and then we climbed kind of to plat 4 again. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of not very good. Now, if I had to give it a rating out 1 to 10, 1 to 10, I would say deck's probably like a 6.5. Like I said, it's really the consistency part. When you get your stuff going, like when you get the Raviel with the Fallen Paradise, with the Floodgates, the deck's like an 8 out of 10, right? Or like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. Like it's very strong, very powerful. But it's the consistency part that brings it down to the 6.5. I'm sorry, gotta give it that. Maybe even like a 6.3. I don't know. Now in a tier, it's obviously like rogue / meme tier almost. But like, I mean, it could still be really like a big strong contender if you like I said, if there's a way to fix the consistency a bit more. Pot of P seems like a pretty good choice. Maybe that will help the deck bring it up a little bit more. So it might be the deck building on my part. But other than that, I mean, we put in the Perry map. I think after like the first few games, we put this in just because I kept bricking. I literally just kept opening like 2-3 Raviels every game. So this definitely helped at least facilitate the combo. But yeah, a lot of hope, not a lot of promise though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And remember, this Saturday we have a Battle City tournament coming up. Join the Discord, subscribe to the channel, do all the fun stuff. Join the Twitch. Why not? Why not? I give free content. Unless you want to pay for it. And then sub to me on Twitch. But most of the time, it's just free content I give you guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.